Hello students, so today we are going to start with the gene part. Okay, what do you mean by gene? Gene are the specific nucleotides on a chromosomes that encode particular protein which express in the form of some particular features of the body. Let's understand the meaning of this. See, there was a structure called a chromosome. Okay, they have these specific nucleotides like this. Okay, they are the specific nucleotide on a chromosome that have a particular protein which express in the form of a particular features of the body. What does that mean? See, if a boy, girl who is quite tall, okay, their height is quite tall. So how it is possible that a boy is a tall and the other boy in your class is very short? So why there is a difference between those two boys? Okay, one is very tall and the other one is very short. So why there is a difference in the height? This difference in the height is due to the presence of the genes, okay, which we get from our parents. Although a human body, see, this boy would having a 46 chromosomes, but this boy will also have the same number of chromosomes, that is 46. The chromosome numbers are same, but there are the different types of the proteins which are present in their body. Okay, but there are different types of the genes that are present in the body, not the chromosome, sorry. So the different type of genes were present in these two different bodies. Okay, so that is why one of them was very tall and the other one was very short. So these are the units heredity which carries or transfer the information from the parents to their offspring. A boy who was quite tall, how it was possible to have a tall features? Because their parent might be tall. Okay, the male or the female, like the parents would be tall, so that is why that child got a special feature of their tallness. And in the second case, the boy was very short, might be the possibility that the parents would be short in height. Okay, so genes are not only for the height, okay, not only for the body color, but they are also for the brain part. Okay, see, as the human brain, okay, each and every individual got the same amount of brain. Okay, but some of them can catch math subject easily study up the maths as a subject, but the other person would be quite slow with the math subject. Okay, so how it is possible? See, math subject is full of analytical and reason solving part, and full of reasoning part. If a person who is strong with analytical and reasoning part, so definitely the maths would be very strong then. And the other person would not have a particular genes of this analytical and reasoning part, so that is why the person was very deficient in the maths as a subject. Okay, he was quite weak in the math subject. But the reasoning and the analytical can be improved. How it can be improved? There is always a saying, practice makes man perfect. Why there is a saying that is practice makes man perfect? Because continuous practicing of the maths as a subject would develop up that gene in that person, okay, of reasoning and solving, reasoning and the analytical thinking. So the other person can also improve him as in the subject. Need for new cells. Why there is a need for new cells? See, understand this thing, because it helps in a growth part, replacement, repair and reproduction. So first we are going to discuss about the growth part. We know that part very well. that every human being start up the life as a single cell. Then when the cell starts to divide, it develops into a human being. As in a condition, cells make your tissue makes your organ, and organ makes your organ system. So we all started with a single cell combine. Okay, many single cells combine to form a structure called tissue, and many tissues formed up a organ inside the body, and as we got developed, so we got a growth in our body. Replacement. What do you mean by word replacement? Replacement means nothing but substitute. See, what do you mean by the word substitute? There are 20 million RBCs in our body which get destroyed every minute. So as this 20 million RBCs get destroyed every minute, the new RBCs takes place in those in place of this 20 million RBCs which got destroyed. So this 20 million new RBCs get formed in the bone marrow. So this is called the replacement. So cells have to be replaced time to time because it helps in the wear and tears of the cell. Repair. See, if suppose, let's take a condition to understand. Suppose you are working inside a kitchen, okay, and you get a cut with a knife. As you got a cut with a knife, so at that period of a time, the part where you got a cut, there is a gap has been created. But after 7 to 8 days, around a week, we can see that the part which got cut, got a new skin over there. Okay, as a new skin got developed, the part which got cut has been repaired. So the cells always help in the repairing part also. So that is why you always get a new skin whenever you get a cut. The above three are related to mitosis. What is mitosis and meiosis? And the reproduction is related to the meiosis. See, as of now, mitosis and meiosis, just keep it at hold, because most of the chapter is completely based on the mitosis and meiosis, which we are going to study them in detail. As in the mitosis part, it only helps in the growth, replacement and the repair part, but meiosis helps in the reproduction part. Okay, what does that mean? See, when a new offspring has been born, so the sum of the quality, when a male and female fuses, so it produces a offspring. Okay, so that offspring would be having a 46 chromosomes. So how we got this 46 chromosomes? 23 of the chromosomes he got from the mother and 23 of the chromosomes he got from the father. This 23 and 23 together constitute the 46 chromosomes. So that is why we don't look identical as a mother, or we don't look identical as our father. We get a combination of the mother and father. So this is how we develop up a 46 chromosomes. Here the offspring means a new baby. Cell cycle. So what do you mean by a cell cycle? Suppose a starting point of a cycle is this. Okay, when it goes in a circular path, eventually it comes at this position again. Okay, this is called as the cell cycle. So what do you mean by cell cycle? Cell cycle means it again come in the starting position. So this cell cycles means what? The cells which can grow, okay, which can divide and redivide, is called as the cell cycle. Now there are two different phases. One is the non-dividing phase and the other is the dividing phase. Non-dividing phase is a phase in which the cells are not going to divide. Okay, the number of the cells is going to remain constant. And the second one is called the dividing cells. Dividing cells means what? The cells which are going to get divided. Okay, let's understand interface. What do you mean by interface? So we have, in the start also I have mentioned this part, okay, all the life cycle, okay, all the cell cycles occur inside the nucleus only, okay, occurs inside the nucleus only. There is a phase called interphase which occurs in the nucleus, okay. When, so this interface has been accompanied by the three different phases, that is first growth phase, synthesis phase, and second growth phase. This first growth phase is G1, synthesis by S, and second growth phase by G2. Okay, three different phases we are going to study: G1 phase, S phase, and G2 phase. What is G1 phase? What do you mean by the growth 1 phase? See, so first understand the growth 1, which is represented or denoted by G1. In G1 phase, there is a more projection of RNA, okay, the more synthesis. Synthesis means what? There is a more formation of RNA and proteins inside the body. What are the RNAs? As we have a DNA inside the nucleus, that is the deoxyribonucleic acid, we have RNA also in our body, that is the ribonucleic acid. The only difference you have to understand, what is RNA? They are the different types of protein, okay. What are they? They are the different proteins which are present in our body. Proteins present in our body. DNA is double stranded, double helical structure like this. RNA is a single structure. DNA have 4 bases, that is ATCG, and it has 4 bases. See, instead of thymine, they have the uracil, okay, which you don't have to study in detail as of now. You just understand what is RNA. RNA is a different types of the protein which are present in our body, which helps to get functional. Okay, there is a particular duration, okay. So see, when there is a single cell, it divides into a 2. So when this phase happens, after a span of 24 hours, okay, after a span of 24 hours, a cells divide. So when a cell divide, so it has to go in these 3 phases, okay. This individual cell has to go into these 3 phases, that is first growth, synthesis, and second growth. In first growth phase, there is a more synthesis of RNA and protein, which helps to increase the volume of the cytoplasm. If there are more proteins inside the cell, so the cytoplasm size would increase. Mitochondria and chloroplast have their own DNA, okay. Mitochondria and chloroplast have their own DNA, okay, have their own DNA. What happens in a G1 phases? See, if there is a more amount of proteins, if there are more amount of RNA in the body, so it would go into a second phase, that is called the synthesis phase. But suppose if there is not a sufficient amount of RNA and protein in the body, so what is going to happen? It is going to go into a new phase called a resting phase. Resting phase, which is denoted by capital R. Resting phase is a phase in which the cells, in which more RNA, more proteins have been synthesized, and there is a more formation of this chromatins and all. But if your first G1 is complete, so it goes into a next phase, that is called the synthesis phase. Synthesis phase is a formation phase when more DNA, okay, where more DNA is synthesized and the chromosomes are duplicated. So it goes with a logic. If suppose DNA and chromosomes, if there are more DNA, more chromosomes. If there are less DNA, less chromosomes. Okay, so this two phases, okay, these two phases, first two phases, they they try to accumulate a lot of chromosomes. Okay, they try to make a lot of, see, in the first phase they try to make a lot of proteins. Okay, protein means that the histones, they try to make a lot of proteins. In second phases, due to the help of this protein, the DNA can coil. Okay, we have studied about the chromatin fibers. In the second phase, there is a more formation start to take place of the chromatins and all. Now G2 phase, second growth phase, is the shortest of all. It is the shortest phase of all. Okay, here the cell does not exist for a longer period of a time. Okay, because the RNA and proteins which were necessary for the formation of a new cell has been already completed in the first phase. Okay, and the second phase was consist of the DNA replication and the chromosome duplication. Okay, the major two stages were G1 and synthesis phases. In G2 phases, it stays for a shorter period of a time. Okay, and then this cell gets divided into two after the completion of this second growth phase. Let's understand with a simple cell cycle. G1 phase, synthesis phase, G2 phase, and this is the phase called mitosis. See here, G1 phase, S1, sorry, S, and G2 phase. Here the cell goes, okay, like this. And when the second growth phase gets completed, it enters into a new set which is called the mitosis phase. This mitosis phase is nothing but here the cell starts to divide. Okay, it starts to replicate, and due to which there is a division of a cell after a span of a 24 hours. So this whole cycle comes under a phase called the interphase. Can the cell cycle go endlessly? Okay, does this division keeps on occurring throughout of your life? The answer is no. Some of these cells stops permanently, and some of them stops temporarily, or some of them can go till the end. So the answer is no. It does not go endlessly. It can stop, permanently stop. It can be temporarily stopped. Okay, like we have a nerve cell. Okay, these are the nerve cells which are present, okay, in the spinal cord and the brain. They are formed during the embryonic stage. They do not divide further. Once they are dead, they are not replaced. Okay, once they are dead, they are not replaced. So they does not go undergo cell cycle. When they are formed, they are formed. They are not going to get changed. Liver cells can damage or destroy within a year or two. Okay, surface skin, we know the concept called shading of skin. We always know that the upper skin, okay, the upper skin is a dead skin which always keep on shading, and instead of that we get a new skin. So these always keeps on happening and all. So that the shading can easily happen and the dead skins can be covered with a new skin. So we know that part. Okay, now in a situation like cancer, what exactly happened? The cell okay, the cell keeps on dividing. Okay, the cells keeps on dividing, it does not stops only. Okay, due to which there is a creation of a tumor inside the body. As there is a tumor inside the body, a condition of cancer get developed. Okay, See, if the cell is not going to stop, okay, it's going to repeatedly divide and all, so it is going to develop up a tumor. As it going to develop up a tumor, it can causes up the cancer. As it can cause cancer, it can lead to a death also of a person. So that is why a cell cycle should be a stable one. Okay, what do you mean by that? It should go perfectly. Okay, it should divide into a controllable one, and if it fails to control of the division, so it can cause up the tumor, which can lead to a death and which can cause the cancer to that person. So thank you, students. This was the part 1 of the structure of chromosomes.